Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. QIND SAML SAML uplisting first half of 2024. Our priorities include consolidating our recent acquisitions, increasing production of emergency response products in the US, and completing the reverse mergers of SAML and QIND with national exchange listed companies in the first half of 2024. And you'll notice down here we got 15 days for May, and then June we got a whole 30 days. So 45 days as of this video. That's how long they have to get this done. The first half, May, then June, and if they don't follow through, if they come up with an excuse, which we know that's what they like to do, it's gonna look bad on them, and I'm just done with them. Like you gave us a timeline. Now you gotta follow through. If they don't follow through, I'm pretty sure it's gonna hurt the share price. If they do follow through, we'll see a rise in the share price. Not right away. I know some people think, oh, right away it's gonna move. No. When I say it's gonna rise in share price, it's gonna be a while, but it'll rise. It'll go up. And if these two uplists are successful, boy, oh boy, is Ilus going to benefit from that. And keep in mind, we're also going to get dividends as well from Samuels. So that is the timeline. And they did file a late filing notification of late filing. So in less than 5 days, we should get the 10Q. And that's another thing to look forward to. Hopefully, there's a lot of information in there. I wouldn't be surprised if they just push everything back. That's just how they are. They've been doing that for years now. So, but maybe they are gonna reverse merger. Maybe it's gonna happen. But I just doubt it. They really have to prove themselves here. But yeah, the anticipated filing of the 10Q will be filed no later than the fifth calendar day following the prescribed due date. So we should be getting that real soon. They're on a time. Yeah, this was filed yesterday, 5/15/2024. So we're on a tight schedule here. Let's see if they follow through. But other than that, the share price has been hovering around 0.008. I'm not going to say it's bottomed out there. It almost feels like it's just waiting. It's just waiting. It's just sitting there and waiting. We've been getting more volume than usual. If we go in and look at volume, 13 million as of yesterday, which is it's way more than we usually get. We usually get under 3 million. So it's getting a lot more volume right now. But it's going sideways here. It feels like we're just waiting for that 10Q filing. We're just waiting for that filing. We're waiting for the next PR, and we'll see if it's something that's hype enough to get us running up, because you know how it likes to move. It likes to downtrend, and then it finally gets that PR that sends it. Downtrend, it'll eventually get that PR that sends it. And again, this can move 1 to 2 pennies. It's not it doesn't have the share structure of AITX. It has its own share structure. AITX dilutes in 1 year, while Ilus dilutes in 4. So this can move, baby. Like, this can move. So do not sleep on it. And I know the haters are going to be like, oh, you're wrong. Yeah, you said that here, and then when it ran, you were nowhere to be found. So history repeats itself. That's just the name of the game, and that is it for the video. This is probably the most important 2 months or 50 days or no, not 50 days, 45 days. These are the most important 45 days for Ilus, in my opinion. Because if they just don't follow through and they keep pushing things back, I see this going down to 0.005, and I see this being surpassed by a company like AITX despite having worse financials and worse share structure. I could see it being worth more in terms of share price, simply because AITX does follow through. See, following through is pretty important. And I'm saying this in case they're watching, because I know they said they were going to watch my videos. Like, you got to follow through. That's been like the biggest killer of this stock. Blah, 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 talk, and never following through on really the biggest thing. Like, let me see if I could probably not Google it, but I could probably find it here. Ilus uplist, and I'm sure it'll show up here top. You know what? I'm shy. There it is. I was looking for it. So, Ilus, after current status is obtained, our plan is to uplist as quickly as possible. Wow. February 25, 2021. Man, I guess 3 years is very quick for them. And no, not even. Not even because they're uplisting their subsidiaries, not Ilus itself. But wow, I guess when they say quickly, they mean like 3 plus years. So keep that in mind. When they say, hey, short term, quickly, it really means like 3 years, clearly. We have a very unique financing plan. It's called dilution, yeah, that we will be announcing soon that could allow share buybacks as we truly want to keep the share structure as tight as possible. That's a complete lie. Obviously, they have been diluting, and they didn't follow through on keeping the share structure under 500,000 or no 500 million. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even answer my questions in the email that I sent them. They have not reached back. Maybe they're just that busy, but I only asked like 8 questions, and if they don't respond, it's going to be that's just very interesting that they don't want to respond to these questions that are, I think, pretty important. Like, hey, you said you were going to keep the share structure under a certain amount. Are you going to work towards that in the future, or is that was that all just fluff? Like this is fluff right here. Quickly, by quickly, when I say, hey, I'm going to hang out with my friend real quick, I don't mean 3 years from now. When I say I have a unique financing plan, I don't mean, dilution. When I say I'm gonna buy back shares, possibly, I'm not gonna do the opposite and then dilute anyways. I'm not gonna say we're gonna truly keep the share structure as tight as possible and do the complete opposite regardless. So the best company, Ilus, that talks the talk, doesn't walk the walk. I'm looking forward to their responses if they even respond. And I'll see you guys in the next one.